welcome to a behavior scientist reacts to Takopi's Original episode 5. First of all, as always, viewer discretion is advised. This is a very brutal anime with dark storylines, right? And as always, thank you if you're a member, then you get these videos 1 week ahead of time. Now, before we get into episode 5, I like to reflect on episode 4, right? Been a week since I watched the episode, processing my mind a bit, and I really liked episode 4. It's my favorite episode. I have to say a little bit here first of all. When I look at these animes, right, I'm trying to make this as, I'll say it, seriously scientific as possible, guys, right? But I'm also, of course, an anime fan, obviously, like animes or right, games or whatever. And I'm also looking at it from an actual animation standpoint, right? I think episode 4 was by far the best episode from an anime standpoint, easily. So I made it very clear, so to speak. Very, very clear, right? From a story aspect, also probably the best episode, though, to be fair. But especially from, again, an animational standpoint. I don't mean, of course, the visual, but I mean the actual story bits of the brother being like, you have me, I'm here, little Ototo-kun and all that stuff, right? That was a very, very good scene. It was well animated, it was empowering, I got goosebumps. So from an anime review standpoint, that was 10 out of 10, easily. But I want to, again, be very, very clear here that I'm looking at from, again, an anime fandom. Now, from a scientific standpoint, though, I do think that, as I also mentioned in my episode 3 review, what I really like with that story bit is that Junya then, right, the golden child, so to speak, people probably call him golden child, mom likes him, hates his brother, and so on. I like that he's a good person, right? I like that because the golden child, as I mentioned 2 weeks ago, is very... I think that, a lot of golden childs absolutely are mistreated by their siblings. Right? In most cases, for a golden child, they themselves doesn't even know it, right? Even if they do, it's very unlikely their fault, right? It's the parents' fault, maybe grandparents, or, overall the family, but it's very, very unlikely that the actual golden child themselves, so to speak, has caused this issue. Of course, you have examples when they do that. So I brought up my own sister, for example. She's the youngest of all the siblings, right? She's the only girl, only got brothers, you know what I mean? And then, as common, right, obviously her father then will be very much like little princess, and she turned into kind of brat teenager, right, Basically, yeah, she knows it's true. But yeah, my sister was very bratty, right? And in that sense, she was a golden child, and she didn't, she kind of knew it. She was abusing it a little bit. She obviously knew that, again, her father would always take her side. Her mother really not. So, so in that case, yeah, that's a golden child issue, right? But in this anime here, Junya isn't really taking advantage of that, right? He's not really being mean to his brother, and that actually is the much more realistic way, right? I would say that, this is of course off my head here, but it's probably 90% or so of the golden child, so to speak, doesn't know that they are the golden child. And they might, usually I would say when they grow up, right, when they're adults, looking back to their life, if they aren't stupid, they will figure out, yeah, I think mom likes me more, yeah, they will very, of course, commonly figure it out. But at that stage, when you yourself is a child, especially, if there are 2 siblings, right, and say it's a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old, obviously neither of them is going to understand that who is the golden child, right? The one of the one that gets the mean stuff from the parent, from the mom in this case, they might have animosity, right? They might hate the sibling or whatever, but they can understand that, and then the older one definitely would understand it, right? That's kind of the common issue there is. To be fair, as I'm here though, the older brother is quite much older. I don't know if you know his age. Did I ever say that? But he's 8, 9 years older, right? So it's maybe 10 even. So it's clearly he's quite older, and so it's easy for him then to. And again, this was a good writing too, because it makes sense that he would maybe understand that his brother is angry with him, hate him, right? But not blaming his brother, because of course he guessed that his mom actually that has caused this thing. And I like the joke too, he's mom's pancake sucks anyway. He's mom can't cook food anyway. So you shouldn't be, all jealousy getting that food, you can't cook it. That's a great line. It's no, don't care about that. And then I also like that he makes things perfect. So he's just well, I suck at this video game. You're it's some, benign thing that he's terrible at, right? But it also made me think about a classic issue in behavior science. We see it in society a lot. We bring it up briefly. I mentioned in other videos last year as well. Is that when it comes to parenting, right? It tends to be, like in my example, right? The brat sister is that the reverse gender tend to be too nice to the kid, right? And I mean too nice, but enabling might be a harsh word sometimes. But what I mean is that it's a very common trope, right? Which is the actual real life thing then, that a father will be, too nice, ergo enabling his daughter, right? Like we said with my sister, where daddy is much harder to his sons, right? But not so much to his one only daughter. Very, very common. But it's much, much more common than in society, and this is a major reason to bring it up here, why it's very, very bad, right? Is of course single household mothers, right? So we know that single household mothers, their sons grew up to be, all of course, also I'm generalizing here, but it's much more common, of course, that a single household mother, that their children, especially their sons then, right, will become criminals, etc., etc., so forth. The major reason why, of course, is because moms, just like how a father has issues, right, with, like the whole, how can I punish my daughter and so on. It sounds so easy, so like that. It's the reverse for moms, right? So moms tends to be much better at actually, ordering and regulating whatever their daughters, right? They're like, behave, this thing, get a good in school, yada, yada, right? But when it comes to their sons, they tend to be enablers, right? Tend to be just like, oh, mama's boy, yeah. It's very much that feeling, right? Mothers, they really struggle to control their sons, right? For many reasons wise. But it's very much that thing, right? So it's always the gender reversing, yeah. Mothers raising daughters tends to be with single household, tend to have whale issue, right, with the son, mom and son, right? And then of course, overall in society, obviously the fathers, right, are the one that leaves, and skips out of the families, right? Very, very uncommonly, obviously, does a mom do that. And that's why we have a lot of course, single household moms, not that many single household dads, but it is still true there as well, right? Single household dads with a daughter tends to be a worse parent than a single household dad with a son. Absolutely. Look at all statistics. Absolutely. But again, that actual situation is just very uncommon, right? Compared to the mom with one son, right? So it's very, very common. And you can look at in any whatever, interviews or whatever, right? If the mom has, let's say, 2 children, right? A daughter and a son, almost always we should be much, much harsher on her daughter, right? And the daughter is expected to do X, Y, and Z and so on. So it's very, very common. I was thinking about it, I watched an episode, I was like, it's interesting though how it's a mom that's really harsh on her son though, and that is as well because, yeah, that usually is not how it is. Yeah, if it was a younger sister and a brother instead, with a single household mom, like a doctor mom, right? And she'd be very harsh on her daughter, and then her son she didn't really care about, in the sense that she didn't give him orders. That should be probably a much more common situation. They mean like, oh, she got this janky son just around. It's like, yeah, but the daughter is expected to do all these things perfectly. That's a much, much more common from like a behavior standpoint in general, right? But anyway, this is episode 5 then. Okay, so episode 5, and I'm definitely interested to see if she actually will get to Tokyo, and mostly for me, I really want to see how the father is, right? We know that the mom is terrible parents, right? And sure, dad obviously has left them there, but maybe he's more reasonable, except just leaving his daughter with his wife. But otherwise, maybe he's more reasonable, right? And yeah, I guess you might just get on a train or something and just travel there. It's probably opening now. Yeah, she's like, yes, finally, Chappy! And I hope the dog is alive, of course. Oh, they played the opening. She's running. She's gonna run to Tokyo. Pee pee pee! Oh, she's so happy now. She looks. It's cool! Yeah, Udo-san! He's gonna be terrible, isn't he? Oh, nice. They're gonna play the opening. Oh, but this is good though. They're gonna do the. Oh, she's living in Hakodate, okay. Yeah, they're gonna do the opening over this thing. That's good. That's good. Might be Tokyo now then. Let's see the. Oh, oh, the bad girl. Did she pay for that? She just sneaking up behind the guy. No, this was cute though. This was cute. Yeah, this is Tokyo. Yeah, the tower. Okay, Tokyo Tower. I am very worried though that obviously her father will be mean, right? Okay, she's in Tokyo. I was immediately here. I'm happy that we didn't get the whole Suzume thing. I said last episode, Yeah, honestly, yeah. I was a little bit worried, right? That they're gonna make this whole massive trip. It's gonna be like 20-minute episode of her struggling to get to Tokyo. It could be a good episode, but again, I'm interested in seeing the dynamic between her and her father, and if that dog is alive, and maybe some other characters, right? Maybe her dad has like a new girlfriend or something, her stepmom, that could be interesting. So I'm much more interested in that, right? But just to be very fair, I really liked it. But it was cute though. They played the opening music right, and they just traveled bit. That was a really well way to do it, right? Just playing that, the music, have a little montage of her traveling. So that was really well done. But yeah, let's go then. She also might go to the wrong place, I guess. But if he lied to her mom, maybe. So he probably would be shocked, of course, because he probably would have like no idea that she would be here. But the big question is, of course, if the dog actually is alive, right? Okay. What's gonna happen now then? Oh my god! She got a sibling! Yeah, call him a stepmom. Stepmom! She got a sibling! Half sister! Oh my god, 2 siblings! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, I got a goosebump, guys. This is massive. He got 2 sisters or something. Yeah. Well, no son, what? So is he gonna be a good dad? Oh my god, is he gonna be a good father? I mean, to his other kids? Oh, that's gonna be brutal, man. Oh my god, it's gonna be brutal. Yeah, so he got like other kids here. The dog probably is dead, right? Because mom probably killed the dog. He's like, Chappy? He probably doesn't know about it. No, it's another dog. It's another dog. Oh my god, a tiny little pathetic dog too! With my Chappy! It's not Chappy! Oh my god, he knows nothing. Mom is more evil. Mom is more evil, right? Mom never told him. Yeah, she never did. Oh my god. Mom just never told him, right? Oh my god. Wait, is she back to her like destroyed outfit again? Oh my god, he lies to his sisters! Oh my god, Dad is goddamn evil, man. Oh my god, she's gonna like murder them all. Dad is like F her. I don't even know she is. Oh, this anime is so dark. This anime is so dark. Oh my god, I'm really sitting there screaming. Holy shit. Fuck, man. This anime is so goddamn dark. So, first of all, I'm not surprised he didn't know it, right? I kind of expected mom to be lying to her, and the poor dog actually was dead, okay? I'm not surprised about that, right? But of course, her father here, he could have said, oh, this is your sister. He could have been like, oh, no, this is your sister from my hometown that I used to... He's like, oh, I don't know who she is. Like, the dad is like, oh, who is she? Who is this random girl? I've never seen her before in my life. It's like, oh my god, man. Oh my god. He's effing Christ, man. Effing Christ. So he's the worst father now, then. Yeah, he beats... He's obviously worse than Marina's dad. And I guess we don't know about... yeah, I guess... But like I said earlier, I think she's a single mom, right? You know, doctor mom. Yeah, I don't think she has a husband, right? He's like dead or something. I think so. Again, I really know, right? But that's how I kind of presented that she was alone, right? But yeah, I mean, maybe Marina's father is worse later or something, but no, this is obviously he's way worse. Marina's dad is kind of, neglecting her or whatever. It's like comparing, like, who's the most evil, yeah, lesser of two evils. It's like, Jesus Christ. No, but it was shockingly evil. Even for this anime, was this crazy evil that he just like completely like, oh, I don't even know who she is, yeah. But if we go back a bit though, before the whole like he's just the effing worst person ever, I'm not surprised that he doesn't know what Chappy is though. That is, like I said, that's probably isn't a lie. Mom probably never told him, right? He probably had no idea that Shizuka got into trouble or something with the dog, and the dog has been put down. So I guess Marina was correct that it was like the dog went to the farm, yeah. The mom is like, I sent the dog to a farm. Yeah, like, no, she didn't. Yes, I sent the dog to your father in Tokyo. Like, no, she didn't. I guess that was correct, right? Mom was like, whatever, she's lied to her. And that obviously, of course, obviously, mom is already a terrible, terrible parent. We know that. And then, again, she's even worse than, of course, killing your daughter's dog and then lying about it. Jesus Christ, man. But like I said, I'm not surprised that the mom did that because, yeah, everything we see from her is just terrible. So that was like the easier solution, right? And I know some people were giving me a lot of like angry comments over that in episode 2, that I was like trying to take your side. I was trying to take that whatsoever, right? I was just saying that if you have 2 options, like sending the dog to your ex-husband or putting the dog down, right? That is the better option to, like, you know, to try to have the other, right? Because like from a legal standpoint, right? Maybe the mom only had 2 options, right? Again, put the dog down or send it to her husband, right? And so what I said was that, yeah, okay, send it to her husband, then that's a better option, right, for her daughter and for the dog, obviously, but for her daughter. So that's clearly better. That I was defending her. I'm just saying that, you know, if I had to pick A or B, well, B is a better option. Like, you have to be, you know, realistic about stuff, right? But now maybe, and if you want to come back again, because there was a lot of people angry at me then as to them, it does feel to me that they have seen this episode, right? That's why I bring it up. It does feel to me that some of the anger that some people gave me was because they actually knew the dog was dead, right? And I think that's an issue when I'm coming in here doing these reviews like a few weeks after the anime aired, right? The anime finished airing like the week when I started, because I haven't heard about it before. I got some comments asking me to do these videos, right? So I was like, oh yeah, I've heard about anime. I completely missed out on it. People are like, you have to make whatever. So you know the backstory. My point is that it feels to me now, in retrospect, that the reason I got so much hate, perhaps, and I think so, right, is that a lot of people actually knew the dog was dead then. And then when I'm saying that, well, if mom picked, you know, saving the dog versus killing the blah, 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 and then they actually know that, well, she actually killed the dog. So they got angry at me. How can you defend her? Like, I'm not defending her. I'm saying, yeah. So that would be my guess. So leave a comment below if you were one of those people angry last time. You know, reflect back on that. Were your anger not perhaps motivated by knowing the truth? And I said it in the comment section, and on Reddit, I said, I was like, well, I don't actually know what happened to the dog yet. So I'm just assuming that the mom, you know, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, right? And I'm assuming that she's telling the truth for story aspects, that it's actually the truth. It's like a word of God thing. It's like the narrator, basically, this is how it is. But obviously, she's lying at its worst, right? So I think that's but honestly, I think people probably gave me some extra hate because they actually knew that nothing was true. But anyway, second level with the father, he obviously didn't know she was gonna come there, and well, even less now than when he doesn't have a dog, right? You know, if he actually had a dog, he might at least suspect that she would visit, well, with her mom probably, but you know, by herself, but that she would visit, you know, like eventually. So no, he probably hasn't heard anything. As I keep saying, he probably is completely clueless what's happening to his, I guess, first daughter then, because he seemed to have. Well, I guess what he's holding might be a son though, but yeah, or obviously a second younger sister, right, to Shizuka, the middle child. But the big issue, of course, is he is completely denies her, and which is, yeah, he's obviously the worst parent in this anime now, like easily. In so many aspects, right? Not only is he like denying his own daughter her existence, he's just like, I don't know this kid. Yeah, it's so evil. And I have to explain that, right? It is so evil, and that would absolutely push your daughter, right, to, you know, delete, yeah, and so on. Right? It's crazy. It's crazy, obviously, very, very obviously. But even worse, I would say, even worse than that is that, you know, imagine if you have this kid, right, doesn't live in your city, and it happened to me. But obviously I know a lot of people, and my own parents to some extent too. My father used to live in, he still lives in Norway, my mom in Sweden, for most of mine, but he has a house in Sweden too, they go back and forth as well. But, you know, if I suddenly, like, I imagine myself suddenly going to my dad's place in Norway, because I believe that both my parents, you know, growing up there, right? If I suddenly just like, or I guess reverse, I go back to my mom's place suddenly in Sweden, but but if I suddenly just went to my dad's place in Norway, right, like, you know, without having any, so to speak, former, like, telling him, oh, I'm gonna come on Monday or whatever, yeah, he obviously would be shocked, right? And a normal parent would be like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, what's happened? Where's your mom? And tell me you're coming. Are you hungry? Or something happened? Is your mom okay? You know what I mean? So yeah, her dad is incredibly evil, because, I mean, the natural response would be to be really, really worried, right? If this happened to me, No, I'm still married, but it happened to me, right? And my daughter has, she's 8. I would imagine that if she came at this, I would be like, what, is your mom dead? What happened? Yeah, you know what I mean? I would be like, what happened? What are you doing here yourself? Is your mother okay? I think that my immediate reaction would be that, oh shit, something really bad must have happened. Her mom must have called me, has texted me. What is she doing here by herself? And she's traveled like, I don't know, 50 miles or whatever. Oh my god, her mom is probably dead, and she's been getting here by herself. She must be exhausted, what has happened, right? So, yeah, it's insane that he's just like, oh, who's this girl? Like, just leave girl. Yeah, it's insane, man. It's really, really crazy, and it's so despicable. But I have to say, though, that I'm actually a little bit torn if I actually like this as an actual storytelling. Like I said earlier in the video, right, going back to, anime reviewer versus like scientist, right, is that as an anime standpoint, I actually don't like this idea very much. From a scientific standpoint, I like it more because this is interesting to explore her like insane evil father. But yeah, from an anime standpoint though, I don't like it that much because this just makes him so incredibly evil. You know what I mean? He's just like the worst person ever. And even if you obviously, if you got to try to take his side, I suppose that he's like lying because he has obviously a new wife, right? As I guess before she got there, he has like a new, she has stepmom, right? So he's obviously remarried, and he got at least 2 more kids and all that stuff, right? Maybe his wife is pregnant, I don't know, but they got a new family. So he's like lying to like protect his children and his wife to get angry at him or something. But he's protecting himself, right? Mostly. Yeah, he's just so selfish regardless. It's just like... But I have to say I find it too grim. I find it too dark, honestly. Because I just don't think it's realistic. I'm sorry, guys. This will be my first time I don't like it in this anime, generally from my review standpoint. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a turn around. But I just feel this is unrealistically evil. Because, like... Yeah, you have to take it into, like I said, you have to take it into context too. And it's not like your daughter that lives in the same city, right? Like I said, me growing up, right? My father, he was living in Sweden mostly, right? But he would also go to Norway. He has like 2 houses and all that stuff, right? So if I were like travel to Norway to him, right? That's like maybe an hour and a half hour, right? Travel with car. He would be like shocked, like, what the F are you doing? How did you even get there? I was like, kid, 9, how you get there? You took a bus, did you lift it, right? He would be livid just from the actual use, like, how the hell did you even get here, right? And that kind of context, it's the same thing, right? She traveled from like Hokkaido or something like that, right, down to like Tokyo. I don't know. He quickly said a sign there, but whatever. She traveled like for a day, right, in Japan to get here. So he should be more in shock, I feel. He should be more worried about her, even just as like a human being. You step, like a little girl coming up to your house and looking all, like, what is happening? Yeah, like, even if imagine if you didn't even know this girl, right? Suddenly this little girl is like here saying that, oh, where's my dog? My mom is like, yeah, you would be like, oh, you okay? Should I call the cops, right? Yeah, you would be like, oh my god, yeah. So I feel this is too selfish, but maybe I can be wrong. Maybe he's gonna come after her or something after he put down the other kid. Maybe he's gonna like, oh, can you wait here with your sibling? And then he's gonna talk to her or something. Maybe I'm too harsh here. But I think this actually fits a little bit too evil. And I wish, like with the brother, which I think is the best character, I wish that there was some parent that wasn't like a complete Satan here. But let's keep going. But this actually, I think this is the most evil scene so far in the anime. She finally gets to her dad. He's just like, I don't even know this girl. Yeah, this is the most evil scene so far, probably. Jesus Christ. Okay, so dad is the worst person ever. I just feel she's gonna murder them now. She's gonna like go to the happy place. She's gonna like use the Takopi powers to like kill her siblings and her father. Oh, they ate Chappy! Exactly! They probably ate Chappy. Exactly, let's kill them. Yeah, I think she's gonna go crazy now. She's already like... Yeah, she's going into the sociopathic mental route. Exactly, we cut up their stomachs. Jesus Christ. But I'm not surprised, but we've seen her before, right? Trying to motivate other crime and so on. So I think she probably will kill her siblings now. Yeah, this anime is so dark, she probably will actually try to kill them. Exactly. I wanna extract their stomachs. It's like, well, I don't have that. That's such a weird line, man. Give me something that I can, like, open up their stomachs. Yeah, she's like, do you have something for stomachs, right? It's like, no? Oh, yeah, Chappy is like, Happy is like, I can't do it, I'm too stupid. Yeah, I'm just a little stupid guy. Yeah, I don't know how to help you. She maybe could have waited outside her dad's place though. He probably would eventually have to let her in though, honestly. So like the neighbor be like, what's the kid doing there? There also could be a strategy. Just wait for her to call services. But she's turning so dark, man. Yeah, but we've already seen her already being like, oh, let's kill them, right? Let's kill your brother too, yeah. Are they? Yeah, so sociopath, death eyes. Oh, the Marina eyes. She got the Marina evil eyes. Oh yeah, she's turning into Marina. She's possessed by Marina. Jesus Christ, it's dark. Oh, he's so dark. Oh, that's it. They're all gonna time travel. Clearly, they're gonna time travel. He's gonna use that the clock in his. Oh, what? You're gonna kill Takopi too? You're gonna kill Takopi though? You're like, what? 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 I mean, I know Shizuka's losing it, but she's gonna kill Takopi as well? How does that help her? He's like against her again. She's like turning in completely mentally insane here, but she like murders Takopi too or something? I thought she was gonna kill her siblings, you know. This. Wait, what? He time traveled, he died, and. Oh no, it's like Marina instead? Oh, it's gonna be another time version now when he's friends Marina instead? So he did die there, and then he's like. And now he's back with Marina instead? Oh my god, is this a weird time loop now? Groundhog Day. But he's like Marina as his friend instead. Oh my god, now it's gonna be friend Marina. I gotta get some guys. This is the weirdest thing ever. This is the weirdest anime of all time, man. Oh my god, he's gonna be friend Marina instead! These animes are got a masterpiece. It's got a masterpiece. It's so weird though. I still think the father was just way too evil though. But, ignoring that, my god, so she kills Takopi, and then I guess he's at a series, he's going back in time, right? He's just back where it started. But now instead Marina finds him, and I guess we're gonna have like another time loop now then, when he's gonna try to help Marina from her mom, right? Mostly in the Bizarre episode. So her eyes, of course, you know, so... Man, this anime is a goddamn masterpiece. It's so weird. But yeah, Shizuka, I guess in that timeline, we go and like murder her siblings. If she can, though. Yeah, maybe she will fail, though. She's just a 9-year-old. That easy to kill some people, though. Might be hard, though. But before going into this Marina bit, which is very interesting, absolutely, let's quickly go over to Shizuka again as pause, right? Like I kept saying in the rest bit, I'm not surprised she's doing that, right? We have seen how she turned into a sociopath. Last episode was very clear, she's sociopathic, and you should very briefly explain it again, right? I love this expression where you say, you know, psychopaths are you're born as, sociopaths you make, right? You make them, you're born and so, yeah. Because psychopaths is like a thing that you have in your brain, which you can't get rid of in that sense, right? And also, for that matter, I'll be very, very clear here. Psychopaths do less crime than the average person by far. Right? So it's also kind of weird that they are evil or whatever. They actually aren't. Psychopaths, from a behavior standpoint, is much more that you're very rational. You know what I mean? It's very, very rational. Not very much emotions, very high rationality. That doesn't mean that a psychopath actually will do crime or something like that. Actually, it's way lower, right? Because the reason is that a lot of crimes are what's called passion crime, right? Crimes of passion, where you get angry and you beat up someone, right? You're at school, someone is, you know, you're a bully and you're crazy, kind of like Shizuka here, you punch them with a rock or whatever, right? You're at some bar or something, and you drink a bit, you get angry at someone, you beat them up with a bottle or whatever. You know, a lot of crimes, right? Especially like assault, physical crimes, are based on, of course, people not controlling their emotions, right? And obviously a lot of domestic abuse, again, clearly, right? So psychopaths have very high regulations, low on impulse, like very, very low impulses, very like regulated impulses, right, and so on. And that obviously makes them actually do less crime, because they are not gonna do many of these, you know, like passion crimes, right? What psychopaths are better at, though, if talking about for criminal, but again, most psychopaths don't do crime, but if they do crime, what they're better at is, of course, planning, right? Because they're very rational, they're very cold, right? They're much better at calculating, like, oh, I will murder this person by doing X, Y, and Z, right? Psychopaths are usually called very manipulative, yeah, because they're good at understanding, if I say this thing and then that thing, then this thing will happen, right? And they're very good at rationalizing, like, the actual path, how do I get to X place, right? They're much better than people that are emotional, so they're much better at that. But again, they don't actually do more crime; they actually do less crime, right? Because they're normal. Because like 99 of 100 psychopaths, 99% of them, right? It's about 3% of the people are psychopaths, and of that 3%. It's only less than 1% they actually do crime, you know what I mean? Because the other ones are so regulated, right? And psychopaths are good at understanding society. So they understand that this is the law, this is the crime, right? That's why I won't do that thing. That being said, though, as we know, a lot of psychopaths tend to be good at certain jobs, right? You just have the CEO and doctor and so on, right? But it's actually because they have a good understanding of society, right? They understand that how do I get to this place where I have this power or this fame, whatever, I do this by C. They're actually better at kind of like, again, planning out the strategies and so forth. And that means that they're very good at understanding exactly kind of where the line goes between crime and not crime, right? So again, they actually very, very, very few of them actually do crime. And instead, they're actually not good at getting those jobs, a ruthless CEO, you know what I mean? It's obviously a stereotype, but that's what they're good at, right? They're good at trying to get that positioning and then keeping it. Because they're like, this is how I do it, man. Yeah. But sociopaths then, long intro, but sociopaths, right, are very much the opposite. I like this like square thing, where you have sociopaths, psychopaths, and two other behavior things we into now then, but it's basically like a square, and like they're what's called, they're authoritatively different from each other. So you basically imagine you have two different axes, right? You have the X and you have the Y, right? You know, and in X value, psychopaths and sociopaths are on the same level, all right? So we draw a line between them, okay, here, right? That. But then we have the Y value, you know, you go up, right? You know, and the other two behavior issues, then, right? They're up here, right? You know. So they are very much different in this angle, because psychopaths and for all one they're up here, but they're exactly the same in this order factor, right, basically, and the fact is more clustered then. So imagine there are like two different clusters, right? These two axes are two different clusters. So they're basically the exact same in one cluster, so to speak, in that one line, but in the other line they're completely different, right? So very, very different. So when you go to sociopaths, then they are the opposite, especially when it comes to society, right? Conscientiousness. They're very, very bad at understanding how society works, right? They tend to have this very, very short, flimsy relationship, right? So they don't believe, they don't trust on people, so right? They have a bad understanding of, or don't care about, schools and jobs and so forth, right? So Shizuka, she's a very much a made sociopath. That's it for this guys. Very clearly, very, very clearly. Shizuka is this sociopath then, right? Because she's been bullied so hard, she's been beaten by this Marina then, her mom neglects her father just seems to be the worst person ever in mankind. Her father is like, who are you? Yeah. So she of course is sociopathically treated, right? Where the scene then when her dad is just like, oh, I don't care about this, you're not my daughter, who are you, right? Obviously she snaps, as one says, right? She kills Takopi, and I guess we tried to kill her siblings, right, because of the dogs, to eat them. And that's her worldview, right? Because, as I explained in the previous video, she's lived her whole life just having zero trust, right, for society. This is going back to that delayed education. She doesn't trust her mom at all, right? She doesn't trust her parents, for a moment. And that means she doesn't trust teachers either, right? She doesn't trust adults. Her teachers are bad too, etc. So she doesn't even ask for help, right, for teachers, because she has so far in her life, basically always been let down, right, by all the adults, which of course means that asking like a new teacher, she's getting bullied, she doesn't even do it, right, because she doesn't believe it's gonna benefit her in a way. Oh, the teacher will ignore me anyway. No, the teacher might not do that, right, but in her worldview, it's a pointless endeavor because all the adults are evil anyway, right? So in this sense here, it's the case. Going to father's place, I guess we can say that her father was like the last person she had any trust in, right? She still believed that she was happy that Chappy was going to be there, obviously alive, her mother, but also she's happy that, my dad is going to be awesome, right, Which is also, of course, it's very, very common. With children that doesn't meet the other parent, they have, one parent living somewhere else, this is a very, very common thing, right? They will very, very often had this, you know, like, how to say it, put the other pet on a pedestal, right? It's always mom's fault, dad, everything wrong. You kind of see that with Marina a bit, I guess, right? How she's like, my dad is awesome, my mom is terrible, right? She beats up Shizuka, she's like, your whore mom is taking my perfect dad away from me, or something. She very much is like, you know, ignoring her father's issues, right? Because the mom is the parent she lives with, and the mom is the one that beats her up and so on. She kind of like thinks about her dad as his perfect dad, right? If you know, if that prostitute wasn't there and so on, but you know, very, very common, right? So yeah, in Shizuka's mind, it would be very fair to think that the only adult she still trusted was, of course, her father. Not because he actually is a good father, of course. I don't know how many years it's been between she saw him, but it seemed to be many years, right? She didn't even know about her siblings. So, yeah, I guess she has barely ever seen her dad. Maybe she had seen him since she was, like, born or something. It feels like it's many, many years, right? But in her worldview, of course, the father is, like, the only one last adult she trusts, right? Because, you know, she put him on this, like, imaginary pedestal that he's gonna be the best father ever because, you know, whatever moment means to her, right? And then she gets there, he's like, I don't even love you, get off my building, get off my lawn, right? And now she's like, full on mental insanity, right? But it is very much a sociopathic trait, right? She already hates her mom and so on, you know, and that just adds on to that, right? And of course, generally means that she will, you know, hate everyone, right? Why society is terrible, just kill everyone and so forth, right? That being said, I wonder if from an anime standpoint here, we will go back to that? Now it feels like Takopii has time travel, and I guess we will actually never see if she eats her siblings. And like I said, I don't think that actually would be very easy for her. I mean, she got his gear, maybe? But it does seem a little weird how she would actually do that. You know, I mean, it'd be kind of hard for like a 9-year-old to actually even kill them from like a physical standpoint. But yeah, maybe she got some weird happy gadget, she can fly or something perhaps, and she has some weird things. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna go back to that now. I think that timeline is like gone now, right? It's a different timeline. But anyway, it'll be interesting now then going into the Marina timeline. But I just want to point it out that, yeah, you know, her father was like the last person that she had, I guess, any hope for. And when he then, you know, betrayed her last point of like, last point of resistance, last like the final straw, you know, the final straw was like, also my father is also evil. Okay, I'm gonna kill everyone. So yeah, she just hates everything. When I see the world burn. Okay, so now Marina instead is gonna befriend him. It's cute. But he's obviously had perfect to her mom and dad and so on. She's in me team now. Turd! Yeah. You disgust me, you weird octopus. She's a yakuza. Yes, she's scary. Because her mom beats her. Well, I guess we're gonna see that she also gets bullied, right? Because of, yeah, her mom beats her. Takopi is like, I got you happy gun yet! Happy gun yet! Stupid. Oh no, we're back at evil mom. We're gonna see her mom beat her up again. I mean, we already know her life is terrible. Yeah, her mom is like drunk probably, or I don't know, doing something weird and looking at drugs or something on TV. She's like, hey mom, this looks... Yeah, mom. Oh god. Do we have to re-see this scene? Yeah, we know her mom is terrible. But I guess she cooks food for her too, right? Yeah, the poor girl is like cooking food for her mom and so on. I guess she does everything at home. Oh, she got some meds too? I guess mom is some drugs too. Yeah, she has some... Oh, she had drank all the cob. Oh, the eye! My mom is so terrible, Jesus Christ. But she has to like go up here and like aim at her eye with this thing all the time. This anime is into that thing, like stabbing people in the eye, man. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, exactly. Mom is drunk on the cheap liquor. Oh. Yeah, I want expensive liquor. Exactly. I deserve better liquor. Oh, this is so terrible. Oh my god, this anime is so brutal, Jesus Christ, man. Oh. Oh yes. But Takopii is like, oh, so lovely. Yeah, cool. That's what she has a scar, of course. Her mom Her mom, of course, cut her face with the glass earlier. Yeah, so obviously she's starting panicking when her mom brings up the glass bottle, right? We know that Marina has a scar on her face, so yeah, she clearly like cut her face earlier, previously, with that bottle, right? And now she was aiming her eye there, but she stopped it before it, so clearly that triggers Marina's panic attack when her mom turns over the glass, right? Now, it's clear to me, and I guess it's before too, but yeah, I felt that was gonna be this. The Takopii doesn't have any memories, right? I mean, all the Takopii that we followed, right? He clearly knew that, oh yeah, Marina is, you know, being beaten by a mob, you know, he obviously lived through that in episode 3. So, yeah, he clearly has no memories, but maybe he can trigger it somehow. Otherwise, it does fit to me, right? He's gonna time travel and save both of the girls, right? He's gonna save them both. That's how I imagine. But if he doesn't have memories of Shizuka now, then why would he help her? But maybe it's gonna be like, maybe he's gonna follow Marina, and then Marina will start beating on Shizuka, right? Because that will happen anyway. She will take out her anger now from her mom threatening her with the bottle on Shizuka, and then Takopii might like stop her or something. But I mean, you know, he might be like, oh no, this is wrong or something, and then maybe he then will remember his older timeline, or maybe he's just gonna understand it. But it feels like he has to combine the different time loops, because otherwise he's like an alien living through these girls' lives, right, and seeing their perspective. So if he only has lived one life, it's gonna be a little weird. But yeah, that's what happens. Oh no, she's like scratching her own scar too. Yeah, but she's just scratching her own wound chest there. Oh, she wants to be a good. Her dream is to be like a good mom. Yeah. Yes, you're copying your mom. It's like, no, I'm not copying my mom. Yeah, you're so rough with me because you're like your mom. She's gonna be triggered now, man. This is how humans raise their kids, by beating the crap out of them, yeah. Oh no, Takopii. No. Takopii is like, she's gonna beat the... I was just Christ. Takopii is like, I understand. This is why you do, this is why you beat me every day. Oh, it's gonna be him? Oh my god. The boy. But yeah, I think maybe she likes him, right? Maybe it's a reason why she beats Shizuka too. Yeah, I guess the reason beats Shizuka too, right? Oh my god, I date him. Okay, Mother's way better now. Maybe she has this like drug addict. She takes some drugs, so she's drinking and... Yeah, mom has maybe better days. Yeah, I feel like now she's... in this timeline he's like, my brother is shit. No, in this timeline his brother hasn't been like, I like you, little Toto. Oh no. In this timeline his brother hasn't, yeah. But there's no Shizuka left. No, she hasn't even met her yet. This is kind of weird. I think it's crazy. No one can see, of course, Takopii. But I guess Takopi's, you know, timeline here has made her accidentally meet him in the changed timeline now. But yeah, where's Shizuka then? Maybe she's... You happy? Yeah, stupid Takopii. Yeah, exactly. The path of meeting Takopii has some... Yeah, she would have a boyfriend now. Exactly. Oh, she's trying to be nice to him. She's like, thank you, arigato. Arigato, you stupid weirdo. Yay! Yeah, arigato. Yeah, she had to really struggle to say the thing there. Oh, it's kind of cute now then. But again, it's very strange. It's Shizuka. Oh, no. Now she's coming here. But she's pretty. But this is now she's... Oh, yeah. They're almost hand-holding! Oh my god, he's almost hand-holding! That's adorable. Hold her hand. Do it, boy. Hold your girlfriend's hand. But... Oh, here she comes, Shizuka. Is she still being bullied in this world too, then? He's gonna be like, oh my god, what's wrong with that girl? She's being bullied so harshly. Or something. But yeah, this is what she really hates him for. Oh, yeah, she stole her boyfriend. It's gonna be even worse now. Oh no, he's always falling in love with her. Oh no, Marina's gonna snap you more! Marina's like, what? You cheating on me? You're leaving me for that little twerp? God, this past time. Oh. Yeah, no, mom is like, what happened with your boyfriend? Is mom fine now too? It is kinda, I don't really get her mom storyline, honestly. Because no mom is like, seemingly kinda fine. Yeah, she's like, oh, look at my hair and so on. Yeah, no mom is like... Takopi is like, yeah, let's go get him! But her mother's storyline to me is pretty unclear here. Because now it seems she's getting way better, right? So this is after she threatened her with the bottle. She obviously already has a scar and all. We see the photo behind her with like her husband and so on. And when Marian is younger, when she's like a little kid or whatever, so on, like a 3 or something. But yeah, it does feel like she's getting way better now. So I guess her storyline is that she is, because she did mention some meds, right? And she obviously was drinking a lot when she beat her up or the panic attack happened. So yeah, I guess her mom is just like, if she drinks, she goes crazy, and if she doesn't drink, she's just like somewhat fine. And now she also made a lot of food. She also made a lot of food, right? For the family. In the previous scene, it was like Marina was cooking everything, and now she's like back. So yeah, I honestly wish it was a little more clear here. What's actually is her issue. But she seems to have some kind of alcoholism, perhaps, something like that, right? And from a behavior standpoint, then, of course, this also might explain why her Marina is somewhat nice to her, right? Cooking for her and maybe not telling maybe a teacher or whatever. Maybe she's not, telling her father about this, her mom beating her, because I'm guessing now, of course, but to me this is very unclear actually what's happening here. But it seems to be that the storyline is going with that her mother is actually a decent mom most of the time, right? That's kind of where it's going now, where I feel like 2 out of 3 days she's not beating the crap out of her. No. But what I mean is that, maybe Marina sees her mother as like a good mom, sometimes, right? And that might confuse her. So she's like, oh, well, I don't want to, tell anyone, because then my mom will only be in the bad time. That's what I'm thinking here, that a child in this situation might feel that they don't want to, like provoke their parent, right? They want to piss her off. She's like, it's better if I don't tell anyone, because if I tell anyone, that she will be 100% evil, drugged mom, right? But if I don't, but if I don't tell anyone, that's like every second day she's like decently normal parent. So I'm just gonna be quiet and not like provoke her anger or something. That fits a lot like that. And also, of course, that if your parent is sometimes nice to you, kind of like with evil Dr. Mom as well, that she's somewhat nice, like every now and then, the child will very often then like be, they want the acknowledgement, right? They want their parent to, like we see with her son, that, oh, I want to have the good grades, the mom will praise me, right? So a young kid in this case will very often be like, I really want my parent to like me, and they will blame themselves, of course, they will blame themselves. So maybe Marina is also blaming herself. Oh, I should have cooked food faster. It's my fault, right? It's a common thing when you give this like back and forth love-hate thing. That's what her mom seems to do, right? That every second day she's very lovely, and the next day she's very hateful. Maybe, I don't know. But this in here clearly is like she's fixing her hair. She's been like, I'm prettier now, and I've been thinking, yeah, it must have and so on. So, and as long as she takes her medicine, perhaps she's like fine. And then some days she doesn't take it and she goes completely apeshit. So it's a little bit unclear to me what they're going here. But yeah, but obviously Marina though was pissed off because he kind of dropped her for Shizuka. But Shizuka looks better though in this case. Yeah, she moved it. I don't understand really how this works, because in this case she is not being bullied yet by her. Was this the back? This is what I mean, huh? Okay, before we get into this bit here, I have to say, leave a comment below if this is explained in the anime. This to me doesn't actually make any sense. So there's one thing, of course, that Shizuka is not being bullied, perhaps, by Marina, right? Because whatever Marina, met him and so forth, she's happy now and all that good stuff, sure. But it seems really weird because in episode 1, she was bullying her. Because she's not like bullying her, because of like that she stole her boyfriend or whatever. 'Cause they weren't dating, or they weren't like friends or whatever in the other timeline. And it just seems a little bit weird to me. It feels like Marina's bullying happened earlier in the storyline, in the timeline, I mean, or whatever. Yeah, this is honestly, I am a little bit strange about this, because now it feels like Shizuka moved here on a later date or something. It seems really weird, because otherwise it would be like, she finds Takopi in the pipe, right? She obviously has been living there for a while. So let's say that she was living there for at least a month or whatever to get bullied by Marina that many times, but probably even longer. So let's say a month, for sake. She be bullied heavily for a month. She finds Takopi in this pipe, right? And then in this timeline, it's like Takopi is then found by Marina. But doesn't he appear in the same pipe, in the same time spot, so to speak? Because now it's like Shizuka moves there afterward. Otherwise, when I saw that, Marina finds him, I imagine that she finds him on the same day he gets there, right? Let's say the 1st of January. So I imagine that, but then Shizuka will be there for a month. But now instead it's like Shizuka moves there at 1st January, but she finds him like a month earlier or something. Like she finds him before she moved there. So it's a little bit weird how, honestly, I find this is kind of strange now, how this timeline operates. Maybe he's like stuck in that pipe until someone finds him. But I can see would make sense from a logical standpoint is that he's there before, right? Let's say he's in the pipe for like 100 of years, and it's until the first kid finds him that he comes out of it, which means that her finding him in his other timeline way earlier and she moved there altered the timeline more so, at least with her family and all this stuff and meeting the guy and all this stuff. Maybe, because it seems weird to me otherwise. Like it can't be this. It is a date earlier on the anime when she was moving, but I didn't think about that. What meant? No, I have to always go back and look at the different time dates because is it another date now? I am a little bit like, how does it work actually? Maybe it's not super important though. This is not like a hardcore timeline anime. Maybe I'm overthinking it because it's not like this anime is really super focused on how the timeline operates. No. Okay. Will mom snap now? I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, her mom seems to be kind of taking it pretty easily. I mean, she probably was honest. Okay, maybe now she's actually breaking with me. Oh, now she might snap. Did he abandon you? You loser! Uh-oh, now she'll be like, you effing loser. Hopefully her mom is nice to her now. I would say a parent for once the anime being nice. I would love to say a parent being nice, not like her, not like the other moms being like F you kid. He's like always in love with Shizuka, I guess. It's like his destiny. He's in love with Shizuka always. Destiny, man. Oh no, she's gonna blame the poor girl. No, of course her mom's gonna. Oh yeah, no, mom's gonna blame her for. Oh, she's gonna catch her eye again or something. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, she blames herself. Yeah, damaged goods! Oh, so mean. Do damaged goods, Marina! Yeah, no boy will ever want you. You're disgusting. Oh no. But yeah, I guess she spent all this time to impress him, right? Naokun. She wanted like... Yeah, she wanted Naokun to be impressed by her parenting. Uh-oh. But he's obsessed with Shizuka. The Shizuka's always like, yeah, it's okay, yeah. The Shizuka's always manipulating people. She's always like, that's right. every time now, she's just like, yes, do my crime for me. Do my crime for me, boy. Oh no, oh no. She broke the lamp on her. Oh my god man, this anime is so brutal. Yes, it's her fault that her boyfriend dropped her. Man, mom is like, yeah, you lost your boyfriend? Oh no, she's grabbing this anime is so terrible. I hate this anime. Oh no, she's gonna cut her face now with this like freaking like plate or something. Yes, you can blame me for everything. Oh my god. Oh, or we might even kill her. This is the dark anime of all time. But I guess she should time travel again or something because now she will like die from her mom. If they just murdered her or something. I guess it's time to her again because this timeline, Marina probably got like killed by her mother. I feel her mom is like sliced her throat or something. Oh my god, she's gonna find her dead again. But she's dead no time too, I guess. It's like her thing though. I guess he's gonna find her body or something. My god, this anime is so terrible. This is the most brutal dogs ever for all time. Is she even alive now? Her mom stabbed her with the plate. No, I think she's dead again, right? Oh, her mom like... Oh, they killed her mom instead. Oh no, she managed somehow to defend herself. Oh yeah, see, she killed her mom in self-defense. Obviously self-defense. Oh, I killed her earlier. Oh, she killed the daughter instead. Oh. But yeah, she got revenge on mom there. Well, clearly self-defense though. Yeah, no one would ever be quit for this thing, but yeah. And God and Takopi is there like, hey girl! Are your mom playing? Oh my god, he's even dumber this timeline. Here we go, he's gonna like timeline and save her mom or something. Or a rocket? Yeah, let's kill her or something. Okay, next time we've been killing Shizuka or something! What?! This anime is so dark! Yeah, big happy clock deathline or something. So now he's like, yeah, let's murder more people or something. My god, this anime gets darker and darker. Bye bye! More death! This anime is effing crazy. What's happening? Jesus Christ. Oh, she's gonna commit. Okay, she's gonna die. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna see his planet, but he'd probably be destroyed or something. He couldn't go back home in all the timelines. I'm like, what has he done? What has you done, Takopii? Okay, so there are a bunch of weirdos. Yeah, there are a bunch of idiotic octopuses. There is, of course, the timeline. Yeah. Big happy clock thing they can time travel. But mom might be like, kill someone? That sounds pretty stupid. We should be like, nah, that sounds bad. Nope, she accepts it. Okay, their mom is stupid too. This like godlike Octomommy is also dumb. But yeah, of course it's like memories erased every time. So he fails. But did he die in the previous time then? This is probably not the first time it's happened, right? He's been time traveling a lot of things. This is like the 7th time he's here or something. Yes, this has happened before. This is not the first time. Like when Shizuka stabbed him with the rock thing, he probably... No, he slapped his mom! Oh my god! Marina's made him mean! Like, shut up, mom! Oh god, no! I've been time traveled memories this time. Uh-oh. This time he's like, shut up, mom! Oh my god! He is turned into a mean boy. Uh-oh. Marina has affected him. Yeah, she turned him into a mean-spirited person. I just read name maybe? NOOOO. And oh yeah, I don't even know what kill is. Of course. Yeah, no, mom is like, what's you roughing me for? Yeah, poor mom. She's like, he's never been mean to me before. Now, of course, Octomommy is like, what's happening? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. He's like, I will kill Shizuka. Oh my god, what is this episode? Oh, I can't wait for the final episode. He's going to be assassinated Takopii now. Or maybe it doesn't work. Is he forgetting it now anyway? Oh, he remembers when he killed her. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he remembers when he killed her. But now he remembers his true first timeline, maybe. Just kill the parent. No, he's gonna kill Shizuka though. He's gonna kill... Okay, let's find out something crazy. Jesus Christ, this last bit is crazy. I almost end Shizuka. But he doesn't remember the first timeline, of course. But that happened in another timeline though, so... It's just kinda weird now. He's remembering... He's like remembering different timelines now though. She is kinda evil though. She was like, let me eat my siblings, yeah. Okay, so now he remembers. Okay, now he remembers more timelines. Yeah. Now he remembers more timelines. It was me, yeah. Okay, now I remember both timelines. Exactly, now it's combines here. Yeah, you want some food from me, little octopus guy? But Shizuka is my friend! Yeah, now I remember it. She's my first friend! Yes. It was my original bestie. That's probably him instead, right? There's boy right? Third timeline. Yeah, obviously I knew it. That was kind of obvious though, that they was gonna change this like wait, the kid is dead? Get him it! Yeah, new timeline. What? His guy's dead? That was kind of obvious though. Yeah, I'm not surprised, right, by the ending there. I kind of expected it to be one loop with the boy as well, right, with the NOOOO, so we have like all three of them. Maybe it's gonna be a fourth loop with the mom, but find something. I mean, one solution is just kill all the parents. Yeah, it's be like, I hate all these parents. The dad, screw him. Yeah, let's go and burn that place down. Right, let's just go and like, yeah, no, but it seems to be that there are at least, of course, two timelines. Or, I mean, it's three now that he ended of course, in a third one. So he did get like stabbed by Shizuka, right? And we saw the blood like gushing out or something, and it was kind of censored if he died. But I suppose that he didn't die, and he actually went back to the clock thing here, right? Because yeah, how else would that have worked, right? I suppose that after Shizuka stabbed him, or hit him, whatever, but you know, she attacked him, and then he survived somehow, and then of course he got to the clock. Now he went back in time to save her, but instead he met Marina, right? He has no memories left, because that time he probably used, you know, he just like, yeah, sure mom, let's just revert time, right? And then of course he didn't remember he was supposed to save Shizuka. And then the second time then, he's a mean boy now, right? Yeah, he became like Marina, like, shut up mom, and he slapped his mama. And instead then of course he remembers now then, because he took another path, right? And I guess somehow that triggered like the timeline merge or something. So by, you know, doing the second time loop, he also remembered the first time loop or something, I suppose, when he went into the clock another way, right? But yeah, he must have like survived her attack on him, right, before she attacked her siblings. And like I said earlier, I don't think we're ever gonna we will probably never see what happened with her father and siblings. That's like that will never happen now then, right? Yeah, that timeline is gone, right? But overall, interesting episode by a lot. The ending, he's obsessed with killing Shizuka. I don't see that being a point in this episode. He obviously started having both these memories, these timelines merged together, right? And then he's gonna like, I guess, work with NOOOO to save them both, right? And that's also why I guess being picked up by NOOOO is the best way, because now he can, you know, work on the sideline, right? And try to like, you know, help them both instead of just helping one of them. So it's probably better being found by NOOOO instead, so they can like use him, right, to, you know, try to reach some kind of mutual happiness instead of having one of the girls and then trying. Yeah, it'd probably be easy with NOOOO. I do hope though that we see NOOOO and his brother again, because that's a little sad in the Marina timeline that he was kind of like, oh, the brother, you know, Junya helping now seemingly never happened, right, in that timeline. So that was a little sad how they changed. I really don't get the rules though. It seems to be clear that when he's traveling back to Earth here, he does not happen. It's not happening on the same day, right? It doesn't seem to be like limited to him finding, yeah, on the same timeline or whatever. The spot when he comes back can be different dates or whatever. That seems to be pretty clear. Certainly. But anyway, back to early in the episode, the perhaps more interesting. The father bit, I already covered it a lot, right? But I will say now, when the episode's over here, I wish we had more of that, yeah. I definitely wish we had more of the father. I think that's a little bit short, yeah, it's just overall. I mean, becoming about Marina instead was very interesting. But I would like to also have a little bit of like an what would I call it? No, what? It's like I said, it's like I went on many bit with him, right? I think that the father is probably the worst parent now in this anime. Well, Marina's mom is also terrible, whatever. They're all like lesser of evils. Yeah, they're all like absolutely dog shit. But I still wish we had a little bit of the drama between, you know, her parents, right? I wanted to see after her father just like ignored her. I don't know this kid, right? What did he do then? Did he call her mom? Did it happen there? Did his wife come out and be like, "What's that girl?" I don't know. You know what I mean? I would like to have a little bit more on that, like actually explaining a little bit of what is happening in that family with the siblings and what. And I do wonder if the manga, perhaps. I'll definitely read the manga after I finish anime next week. I might watch 20 episodes, of course. I'll definitely read the manga because I feel like I just feel it should be more there. I feel it should be more meat on the family. Like, you know what I mean? I just wanna know how this all comes together. Because it also is like Shizuka in this time with Marina, she's gonna transfer there, right? So what's that mean? Did her mom split from her father? That can't be true, right? Because she has 2 half siblings or whatever with some other woman. So I guess her mom had moved more than once, or did she live in Tokyo? That doesn't make sense either, right? Because if she had lived in Tokyo, even if she was living with her mom, I mean, she probably visits her dad and siblings every now and then. So I guess she was living somewhere else. I'm just feeling, unfortunately, I'm getting a lot of questions on the side parts. So yeah, I think that bit was just too short. I think there should be more fleshed out how that combines, right? But maybe the manga does it more. Usually, anime does it in 6 episodes. Maybe it's a lot more like meat on that story bit, a little bit. And then also, I guess I would like, so to speak, you know what I mean, see her if she actually would kill her siblings. It also would be a really interesting plot point to like follow and see if Shizuka does that, if she goes crazy, her sociopath tendencies, right, how she takes that. Now it feels a little bit strange with setting up this, like, I'm gonna assassinate them, and then it just doesn't show if she succeeds or what her plan was. So, because it was a little bit teasing, right? She basically looked at the happy thing and was like, this thing will be useful for killing them. And then we didn't know what actually it was, right? It was like, yeah, what was that thing? So I feel that's a little bit teasing there. I think we will spend more time on that. But otherwise, Marina's mom, I said earlier, she clearly has, some alcohol issues, primarily, right? And when she drinks to be her daughter. But, yeah, she wasn't drunk in the last time. I guess she was just, like, freaking out over that she's trying to pretend to be a good mom. And then somehow Marina won that fight. That actually didn't make serious sense. I mean, I'm nitpicky. That doesn't matter that much. But that really made no sense, though. She was on the ground, right? Her mom is like stabbing her from the top, and she somehow managed to wrestle around and kill her instead. Yeah, that's probably like zero shots happening in reality. But she's like half her size, she's on top of her. I don't know. That's a little bit kind of like this black it out, and suddenly she won the fight. Okay. But that was just kind of like, how do I say it? From a story aspect, of course Marina has to win, right, so to speak. So she would ask him to kill Shizuka so he could make time. But at the same time though, she still could have lost, or she could be dying when he enters the room, and then he goes back to, and she could have asked him while she was like bleeding out or something. I don't know. But yeah, of course it ended with her also deleting, getting herself as well there, right? Super sad ending there to her timeline. One thing that I missed though in the Marina bit, and again also might be a manga bit, right, is that we never saw her father at all. And sure, we know he's like neglecting her, we know he's not at home, we know he's out there scoring with some prostitutes, whatever. Yeah, obviously we know he's out there doing stuff and ignoring his family, of course. We know that, but we still had him, appearing in an early episode, right? So he's not completely gone from the family. So yeah, it's a little bit like, it's more about, I wanted to see how Marina, is with her father, right? Because I had a theory earlier that I was like, I think she puts her father on a pedestal, right? I think she has a lot of like, oh, my mom is evil or whatever. My father is perfect, even though he's never there. But like I said, it's very classic children's behavior. It's very, very classic for a child to love the parent that they never actually meet, right? Because the other parent is bad, they will then envision, just like with Shizuka, they will envision that the dad that isn't there is actually the much better parent, right? So as of the Shizuka there, obviously her father is the worst thing ever. So I would love to see how Marina maybe would act when it's just her and her dad. Yeah, there is no scene so far where it's just been her and her father. So I would like to see how that dynamic actually works out, right? So yeah, I feel this anime is really great, and I think a lot of the moment I feel is that I want more, right? Yeah, I feel that a lot of things that I feel with anime is that I just more of it. I want more of that thing, more of the father. Yeah, I think it's a big thing with anime. I feel like I want more of everything, right? I want more fleshed out stuff. I want more of this stuff, and so forth. But anyway, guys, yeah, we got one more episode where I definitely think they're both gonna survive it, right? And they probably will end up being friends in the end. Certainly, that's what I've been expecting from the very beginning, because I knew they had time loops. So absolutely, somehow that, and maybe he will use a camera again. And I don't mean it as in like I will punch you with it, but I mean maybe he will take a photo of him and now perhaps, and then he will travel back to that point, right? So they can do like quick, time loops to try to help the girls. That's probably what I guess my episode. He will explain to now we're gonna save these two girls. Okay, let's go, boy. And then he's like, okay, you and I are gonna do like quick time loops so we can do this thing and something that I guess is happening. And he's trying to like, oh, well, let's do this again. We'll talk to her mom. Let's do this again. Yeah, and he will try to like fix different issues, right? Something like that. And then obviously try to save all of them, right? And then maybe kill all the parents. Anyway, if you subscribe, have a great day.